Hello, my darlings. So I hope everybody had a beautiful new moon in Capricorn. And this is the Virgo reading for love for the month of January. So before we get started, I want to let you know that since I started posting my videos on Instagram, I'm trying to stay within like the 15-minute time frame. And I feel like I'm having to just cover like the surface of the reading because I'm spending so much time shuffling. So I've decided to go ahead and go back to just having the cards laid out and go from there. But I want to let you know that I take the cards that fly out of the deck. I do not choose these cards. I do not choose the reading, as I do not believe any tarot reader should. So whatever's on this table is what Spirit wants you to hear, okay? And this may not resonate for all Virgos. I mean, honestly, how could it? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited. So big deep breath because this is actually really cool. So to begin your reading today, you had the Ace of Pentacles. And I want to tell you something. It's really interesting because whenever I was first shuffling the cards, two cards flew out. And they were the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. And it's so funny because that's actually how your reading ends. So these two cards, I feel like, are a really important message to this entire reading. And what I am picking up regarding that is it like, okay, look at the way that she's laying in here with her heart. And there's these spikes coming up. So, I mean, I'm seeing this as like, you know, trying to find the peace, you know, in your life, in your heart, in your mind. And, you know, there's this heart right here that seems to be tethered to these spikes, okay? So what I'm seeing is that, like, you were in a place where somebody had hurt you, and somebody may have actually, like, owned your self-worth. And you found that you were not fully attached to your own heart, your own feelings about yourself, you know, your own worth and value, and you were tethered more to these spikes, these painful spikes, okay, that thankfully have not scratched this person. Like, they're not hurting this person on a physical level, but on an emotional level they are, okay? They've pierced that your auric field, okay, and they've had an effect on your energy. But because it came out with the Nine of Pentacles and the beginning of your reading starts with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm seeing this, look how this pentacle is in these hands. This is worth, this is self-worth and value, because the Nine of Pentacles is a card of, like, you know, independence and self-assurance and being able to stand on your own 2 feet and not really needing anybody to fulfill you, okay? And that, and like, or not needing anybody to give you security or to, you know, bring you stability in your life. Like, you're perfectly capable of that on your own. That's how your reading ends. Let's go back. How it begins. It's like I'm telling you the last page of the book before we actually start the book, which you may do that, okay? Which would be really interesting if you do that, and I just mentioned that. But anyway, that's the way tarot is. So, okay, with this Ace of Pentacles, you know, you have your worth in your hands. You are sprouting. You are growing into this magnificent being all on your own, separate from what you were tethered to in the past, okay? This could be and under the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck was this Three of Swords. Look here. See what I mean? This is where you were coming from in your life, from this very heartbreaking situation. And it stayed tethered to your spirit, and it was still like penetrating your energy. But like, you're moving out of that is what I'm seeing here. You're putting an end to that with this Death card. I freaking love this Death card because this Death card has a moth on it, and it's like this moth has broken their spider webs. I don't know if you can see it. This moth has completely missed these spider webs or broken free from them. And I'm just getting this, like, going back to your own innocence, you know, your own purity, your own sense of self is what I'm seeing. Like, you're breaking out of this tethering to somebody else's actions or behavior or words that were causing you to stay stuck, okay, or to be heartbroken and hurt. You are stepping out of that, okay? So to clarify, this Death card was the Lovers card and the Eight of Cups, like literally, like I was just saying. So this I'm seeing was a romantic connection just because of the Lovers card. But I mean, it can just be like you've made a choice to step away from that. It could have to do with the boss, you know, just because the Pentacle is here. That is a possibility. And like you've made a choice to just walk into your own world, you know, your own belief system. You know, you're leaving this. And I see, like with this card, I see patterns. So you're leaving patterns and you're stepping into your new patterns. And this is what you have constructed for yourself. And it's so interesting because like right as I was saying that, I noticed the butterfly on my ring, which is so cool. It's so interesting. Like I have this, it's like my heart is like racing, you know. It's like I have so much like excitement in me right now, you know, and that must be how you feel. Like you're so excited because you are stepping out with your own worth, your own value, your own belief system about yourself and what you want. Like you're not tethered to somebody else's words or their actions or how they hurt you. Like you're stepping outside of that is what I see. It's so amazing. It really is. And I'm drawn to these angel wings, but also at the bottom of the deck was the Ace of Swords. So look at these owl wings. It's like you really have, like, not only have you like delivered yourself from that circumstance, but like you've achieved the wisdom that you need in order to move forward, which I'm seeing is helps you set boundaries for yourself about how people get to treat you moving forward, which is really cool. Okay, and so as I'm saying that, the next card out is the Justice card. So you have the truth about yourself. You hold on to that, okay? And you get to balance out, you know, how you feel like somebody is going to treat you, or they get to treat you with your own standards, your own boundaries, whatever. And like you get that opportunity. Like you have that power, okay, is what I'm seeing. And it's so interesting because like when I saw this card earlier, the Seven of Pentacles, okay, number one, it's like you're picking up the breadcrumbs along the way, and you're going down the path in your life that is laid out in front of you. And I'm seeing that as away from this, right? But additionally, it's so interesting because when I first saw this, the phrase that came to mind is all pathways lead to you. And so to clarify that was the King of Cups, or actually on the bottom of the deck was the King of Cups. And when I clarified with the Muse Tarot, because I used the Light Seers and the Muse Tarot, King of Cups both times. Isn't that interesting? So it's like, I feel like this new, like you have a new energy coming to you that, and I talked about that in the last reading too, and it was a King of Cups as well. Like you have a new energy that's coming to you that I feel like it was a pathway that led back to you. So, and the thing about it is that with this Seven of Pentacles, look back here, there's the cosmos, and I'm just seeing, and like there's all these roses. Like it could have taken a really long time to get back to you, or like there were circumstances back here that were just out, like with the universe. Like, you know, life is what happens when you're making plans, right? And so like with this, the universe back here, I'm seeing that as like life was just happening. Things were occurring that were just really out of your control or out of their control. And I'm seeing that as you see that now, like maybe there's a higher understanding with you and another person. Like you guys have achieved a balance. Like you see each other clearly now, because it's so interesting. I'm just like, I have all these messages coming. Like in the past, you may have felt like somebody had taken flight. Look, those kind of look like hot air balloons. Taken flight from you, and it hurt your feelings. And like you kind of wondered why, you weren't really sure, and you were in the dark about something. But then this came out upright. And so it's like now there's a smile right here. She looks like she's at peace, and harmony. And I'm seeing that as like whoever this King of Cups character is, which I don't believe it's this person that's hurt you. They have felt led back to you, is what I'm seeing. Okay, and look, and now it's like this Knight of Pentacles. You're ready to embark on a new journey away. Like you're gathering all your pentacles here, but you're moving away from what does not work for you. Like maybe what was unstable in your life, and you're moving towards what is. It's so interesting because like I'm feeling like this situation that you're moving towards is very emotionally fulfilling. But like before, you were attached to this other situation. And I feel like it really kept you in your head a lot. But now, like, you have the messages that are coming through very clearly in your life, and you're able to take that and move forward. Because a lot of times this Lovers card here, I mean, the Lovers isn't like, it's not like the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, is a very loving, wonderful energy. Sometimes the Lovers card can be unrequited love, okay? Like there's just all these lessons that you learn, and, it's not always meant to be. Sometimes it is, and I'm not saying that, but, it's not always. And that's just the reality. But so like I see you really taking on your power, but not like, there's not like any wands energy. So it's not like, a strong force. It's not, it's not ego based. We're about to get in some wands energy, but when I'm seeing it, this is a very like you've emotionally, mentally, spiritually matured as a result of a past situation where somebody held your worth, and now you're moving towards this King of Cups energy. King of Cups can also be emotional maturity, and I'm seeing that as like you have stepped into that, and when you become emotionally mature, you own your feelings. You own how you feel about yourself. Nobody else gets to touch that. Nobody else gets to mess with that. That's you. You know what I mean? And I see that's where you're heading. So, okay, here we're getting into the Wands energy, the Eight of Wands. It's really interesting because this kind of reminded me when I look at this as the Maypole. So you could be looking like more towards, I'd say April and May, just because time is fluid. And that's, what I'm seeing, because it has this very spring-like energy. So whatever's coming into your life right now, I see it developing come springtime, okay? And it could be sooner than that, but just there's a lot of spring-like energy here you know, with this Seven of Pentacles, which I see the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles a lot of times is taking a new journey away from something that you're already in. Okay, doesn't have to be, but a lot of times I do see that, just because that's how I see the cards come out quite frequently. So it can be like if you're with somebody, it can be sort of a development of the energy and leaving behind, you know, older circumstances between the two of you. But a lot of times I do see it as moving forward in a new energy, and I'm seeing that as like springtime, really starting to see more development. So it's interesting to clarify that with the Tower card. See what I mean about like something not working out for you in your life? Like you've fallen through the cracks, you know, of something that, you know, you've built, and you're something that you've thought was a stable situation, and then lightning struck and you're like, wait, maybe not, you know. I've already gone over 15 minutes, darn it. So okay, I'm just gonna have to post the rest on YouTube, and that's that. So okay, with this Magician card, it's so interesting. I gotta show you, because you see how with the Tower card, seems to have crumbled. This figure is standing on a piece of rock, okay? And now look, here's the rock. And the Magician is weaving it into existence. So you're taking the loss and you're weaving it into your existence. So you're seeing it as a situation for you to assert your own power in your life. And you're taking this and you're reaching out to the cosmos, and you're drawing all the strength, all the elements, all the energy around you. You're pulling it within into this rock that you're building the new foundation of your life off of. Look at all this colorful, colorful energy. I'm telling you, springtime. That just keeps coming to mind, springtime. It's almost like these are little seeds that you're planting in your life right now that are reaching their fullest potential. You know, they're coming into existence like what the Magician does. You know, you're weaving everything and you're sowing, you know, your seeds, and you're going to be reaping what you sow come springtime, okay? So interesting. And look, the Six of Swords clarified this Eight of Wands as well. So you're moving forward from something in your life. Could be an old mindset, an old pattern between you and another person. Could be a person completely. You know, you're moving forward. Okay, so the final card here, I never already discussed this, was the Four of Swords. And like I was saying, I feel like you're moving out of that, you know, moving into the Nine of Pentacles energy. 10 of Swords was on the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Wands. I feel like you are moving away from the past that was affecting you or haunting you even. And the High Priestess clarified that. And I like moon magic, it just came to mind. So like whatever you're like, the intentions that you're setting right now, I'm telling you, are coming into fruition towards springtime. And I'm seeing this also as like, it's so interesting because it's right next to the Magician. And I love the Magician and the High Priestess energy together, because it's like, you know, you're taking everything that's within you, you know, all of your insight, all of your connection to your guides, your spirits, your ancestor, to yourself and your own intuition. And you're using that divine feminine kind of power, which I realize the Empress is divine feminine, but I also see the High Priestess that way as well. And I feel like this is the magical expression of the divine masculine and feminine energies, okay? And so you're so connected to both of those energies, and you're taking that to use as your strength to get you through an emotional situation, emotional entanglement, and then you are using it to as like an outward expression of creativity and inspiration and movement in your life, and really drawing in everything that you've learned and everything, like I was saying, everything that you're sowing and bringing it into existence in your life. Like, this is some really freaking powerful energy. But like over here, the 10 of Wands or 10 of Swords was on the bottom of the deck, okay? I have two decks that I was using. So you had the Ace of Swords on the bottom of one deck, the 10 of Swords on the bottom of another deck. So right off the bat, just based on the two bottom of the deck energies, that is ending something painful and moving forward, you know, like receiving the truth and the clarity and the understanding that you need, maybe even closure that you need from a situation in order to really just move forward. You know what I mean? Forward. Okay, so I pulled some oracle cards for you here. You got the 3 of Wands, experiencing, out of the Osho deck, which I'm seeing this as, again, like life is what happens when you're making plans. But I'm seeing like you have the capability to really weave through that a little bit better because you have really found your strength within. Your animal cards were the fox and the deer. So the fox is like, this is life partner material, you know, and this is somebody who's just super available and, you know, super capable of doing everything that's necessary in order to work through challenges that show up in partnership. And the deer comes in when there is something new, like a new opportunity in your life, you know, and, again, I'm getting very spring energy. It's so interesting. Both of these cards, I'm getting spring energy. So, and that's like newness. You know, whatever you are sowing into your life right now, whoever is showing up in your life right now, watch as it manifest over until springtime. Seriously, watch. Okay. Call on Archangel Jophiel. The Archangel of Beautiful Thoughts can help you in enlightening ways. I also looked this up, and this is the Archangel of like new opportunities as well. And, you know, calling on Archangel Jophiel to help you through tough times and to bring inspiration in your life to help you move forward, which is really cool. So again, this like moon energy, it's like calling on the moon energy, like whatever you are setting your intentions for, watch as it starts to manifest over the next couple of months. Welcome back, Jack. So it's really, like I was saying, it's really interesting. Like I'm telling you, somebody feels like the pathway led back to you. Like it's somebody from your past, this King of Cups energy. And I talked about this as well in your last reading, where there was somebody in your life that just was not showing up emotionally for you, or like at all or anymore. And I mentioned that the King of Cups energy might be a new energy, and I'm telling you, just everything about this reading tells me that it is. But it could be somebody from your past with this welcome back, Jack. And again, like I'm getting, just because you cannot see it doesn't mean you can't believe it. Again, I'm getting that whole seed energy. Like when you plant the seed, you can't see what's happening underneath the ground until it starts to sprout, okay? And then you're like, oh my gosh, like look at all this amazing life and all this newness and like new beginnings, and like, you know, it's so spiritual, right? And like you can really apply that to your life. And so even though whatever you're sowing into your existence right now, your intentions that you're setting, you know, the thoughts that you're having, reframing your thoughts, you know, refocusing your attention, you may not be able to see it right now. But in the next couple of months, I'm telling you, I get all this spring energy in the next couple of months. Like, watch as it really starts to like come into existence. So keep cultivating those visions for yourself, because I'm telling you, like, they're coming in. I just looked over the Four of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. Like, what you are sowing in your existence right now is really going to be working in your favor in the next coming months. Okay, that's all I have for you. I totally went over 15 minutes, and it is what it is. So if you're looking for a personal reading, you can contact me down below, and if not, that's fine. I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.